Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'll be brief. As you can see, I'm a short speaker. Now, as I've listened to all of you talking about the World Cup, I thought they are practicing for the World Cup here. They're kicking the ball all over the house, up and down, up and down, up and down, all around, and they don't know where the goal post is. The idea of this whole meeting is to end the impunity which now exists for any leader who chooses to commit the crime of aggression, to know in advance that there is no court that will deal with him. That does not discourage illegal wars. It encourages it. That's just the opposite of what we're trying to do. So I'm glad to take a couple of minutes to give you my response to all of the discussions here, which I've listened to, but at 90 years of age, I don't want to listen too long. I may not be able to. I have been impressed with the dedication and the sincerity, first of all, also the skill of the chairman in putting together quickly concise summaries which went sailing through, everybody ready to accept it clearly, agreements. After that, everybody with great care, some with great skill, legal skill, began to analyze and take apart every paragraph, every sentence of the non-paper, the paper, the revised paper, the second revised paper, the submission by Canada, the submission by Australia, by Cyprus, I don't know. Now, every lawyer can take any document and point out the defects and can come up with what he thinks is a better form, and someone else can do the same to him. But that's not going to get us where we want to go. What we want to go is to come up with a clear statement, which we made at Nuremberg 60 years ago, saying that aggression is the supreme international crime for which the leaders will be held to account in an international court. That court went out of existence, and the General Assembly of the United Nations began work on setting up another international court. People said it couldn't be done. Many people said, Ben, give it up. You'll never see it. Well, I'm in it. We're here. You're here. So it's made very great strides, and I don't take skepticism as a response. You're entitled to be skeptical, but that should stimulate you to try harder, because all the things that we try to do in Nuremberg to prevent crimes against humanity, there has been an awakening of the human conscience. What can you do now? When you talk about consensus, that means everybody has a veto. When the Security Council has a veto, you say that's terrible. It's unfair, and it is. Everybody should be equal. But if everybody has a veto, do you think you're going to get everybody to agree on every clause in every document and every sentence in connection with this complicated subject? I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can get everybody to agree on how to peel a potato or how to milk a cow. A complicated issue of this kind has to be dealt with differently, and it can be done. If you want a consensus, there are two ways to do it. One, you can be so vague that everybody will interpret the document as suiting his own purpose. United Nations Charter is an example of that. And other consensus definition of aggression is a good example of that. But here, we have everybody picking on it and saying this is wrong and that's wrong, and I'm not denigrating the sincerity or the skill with which they have done that. I'm impressed with some excellent lawyers taking the whole thing apart. So putting together a document which is much worse than some of the others, you can't do it in this audience. So how do you settle it then? How do you get a consensus? You can get it. We had the problem in Rome. In Rome, too, they said, forget about aggression. Ben, you're going to sink the ship. You keep insisting on aggression, the whole thing will fall apart. Because many of the states said, without the mother of crimes, as the Arab states put it, or the African states, nobody's going to accept the court. So they agreed upon 121.5, which says, if you agree, you will be bound. If you will ratify the convention, you will be bound. The United States, I won't live long enough to see the ratification. We need 2/3 of the US Senate in order to ratify a treaty. And this is really a contract between all of these states. Till the United States, which is a great democracy, and so we have a large number of people with a different point of view, and they must be respected as well. However, if you have an agreement which says, look, if you want to be bound, you're bound, and if you don't want to be bound, you're not bound, and everybody has the same right, you have equality. Is that a good way to go? No. It's much better to have agreement, but you haven't got agreement. If you can get agreement on anything in the next few days, take it, go with it. But if there's anything left over, what do? You have 18 judges, selected half of them women, from all parts of the world. They're getting paid to do what you're supposed to be or trying to do now. They will interpret the clauses, put in an understanding that all of the records of the debates will be given to them so that they can study them and get the benefit of your views. Leave the judges to do the difficult things. Agree on whatever you can agree to, but one thing you shouldn't do, you shouldn't walk out of here and the perpetrators of the supreme international crime of aggression, aggressive war, will see that they are still immune. If you do that, it's a sentence of death to everybody who will be killed in all the wars which come upon us later. It's a license to kill, which now exists, and which you are trying to stop, and I am trying to stop. So please, don't leave Kampala until you've gotten that out of the way. Accept and agree on whatever you can. Whatever you can't, accept 125, paragraph 120, section 5, which says only those states which have ratified will be bound by this contract. Then we'll see what happens. Many states will accept it. We'll begin to build a culture of peace. National jurisdictions will begin to fill in the gaps, and gradually we will move toward a more humane world. So that's all I can tell you, and I hope you will do that, or do something like it. It's not really a matter of little details, whether it's manifest violation or major violation. This is not the point. The point is, are murderers being told you can continue to murder and no one will try you? This court will not try you. I say no. And on that happy note, I hope you'll watch the World Cup, and because you'll be finished with the game here.